Switzerland is the beating heart of alpine skiing, towering peaks, storybook villages, futuristic lifts, and snow that just doesn't quit. This country has it all. Let's count down the top 10 ski resorts in Switzerland, where every turn is epic. Number 10. Gstaad. Step into a living postcard, historic villages, wooden chalets, and a ski culture centuries deep. The resort offers 90 kilometers of slopes, and here's the kicker, 80% of them are tailor-made for beginners and intermediates. Perfect if you're learning or just want to cruise, but don't think it's all gentle runs. Advanced skiers get their adrenaline fix on the legendary Tiger Run, a brutally steep descent with a 45-degree pitch. And it doesn't stop at alpine skiing. This is cross-country paradise. The region has 180 kilometers of trails across 6 areas, including Switzerland's very first permanent XC track. Add 6 toboggan runs, plus 41 mountain railways across the wider Bernese Oberland, and you've got endless ways to play in the snow. Tech lovers, don't miss the Egli gondola. Opened in 2019, designed by Porsche, this sleek 10-person lift rockets you up Mount Egli in style. Gstaad blends tradition with high-tech thrills. One foot in the past, one racing into the future. Number 9. Andermatt-Sedrun. Andermatt was once a sleepy mountain village, but that all changed in 2005 when an Egyptian billionaire dropped £1.4 billion to reinvent it. Now it's central Switzerland's biggest ski arena, and it's stunning. The transformation isn't complete, but what's here is impressive. 180 kilometers of interconnected pistes linking Andermatt and Sedrun. Most slopes cater to intermediates, smooth and wide with gorgeous scenery. But advanced skiers head to Gemstock. At 3,000 meters high, it's got legendary snow and jaw-dropping freeride terrain. If you're chasing powder, this is your playground. Crowds can swell at peak times, but the payoff is a resort buzzing with new hotels, bars, and nightlife. Andermatt-Sedrun is proof of what happens when big money meets big mountains, tradition reinvented for the modern skier. Number 8. Flims, Laax, Falera. Now we're talking freestyle heaven. Flims, Laax, and Falera form one of Switzerland's biggest connected ski regions, and it's world famous for one thing, its parks. Think 4 snow parks, the planet's largest superpipe, and terrain that keeps snowboarders and park rats coming back every season. But don't worry, it's not just rails and jumps. With 224 kilometers of slopes and 28 lifts, there's plenty for skiers of all levels. At altitudes between 2,000 and 3,000 meters, snow is reliable and deep. Families do have options. 64 kilometers are rated easy, but the vibe here is young, loud, and adventurous. And we mustn't forget Laax nightlife. When the sun goes down, the town transforms into one of Switzerland's liveliest après-ski hotspots. If you're after big air, big altitude, and big nights, Laax delivers all 3. Number 7. Engelberg. Just 1 hour from Zurich lies Engelberg, a compact village with a giant reputation. The resort offers 82 kilometers of slopes, 90% of them geared toward intermediates. But here's the secret. Engelberg is a mecca for freeriders. At altitudes up to 3,000 meters, Engelberg gets loads of snow. That means off-piste conditions that lure powder junkies from across Europe. The terrain is steep, deep, and ridiculously easy to access right from the lifts. The ski season here stretches from October through May, way longer than most resorts, and when the skiing's done, the town itself is charming. Casual bars, cozy restaurants, and a family-friendly atmosphere that makes you want to linger. Engelberg is small, but it punches way above its weight. Number 6. Parsenn. Welcome to Parsenn, the beating heart of Davos Cloisters. With 300 kilometers of pistes, it's the biggest of the 5 areas here and home to some of the Alps' longest runs. Intermediates rule, but there's a killer 13-kilometer red slope for those who want a marathon ride. Powder hounds will also find off-piste terrain worth every hike. Snow is consistent, even though Parsenn isn't the highest resort, with peaks hitting 2,844 meters. And down below, you've got 2 wildly different worlds. Davos, the bustling town with bars, restaurants, museums, and even an ice hockey stadium. Or Cloisters, a quiet, intimate village full of chalets and alpine charm. Choose your base depending on your vibe, nightlife in Davos or serenity in Cloisters. Either way, Parsenn is massive, versatile, and unforgettable. Number 5. Grindelwald-Wengen. Grindelwald is what happens when Swiss skiing meets picture-perfect scenery. Wooden chalets, boutique shops, cozy cafes, all framed by towering mountains. Together with neighbouring Wengen, the area offers 160 kilometres of pistes that climb to nearly 2,900 metres. Most slopes suit intermediates, but thrill seekers can dive into off-piste terrain. Families, on the other hand, will love the 15-kilometre sledge run, the longest in Europe. Imagine racing down snowy tracks with the Alps as your backdrop. And the highlight? A train ride to Jungfraujoch, Europe's highest station, at 3,454 metres. Step off and gaze across an alpine wonderland. It's unforgettable. Grindelwald isn't just skiing, it's an experience straight out of a Swiss postcard. Number 4. Saas-Fee. High, remote, and snow-shore. Saas-Fee is about as reliable as skiing gets. The lifts soar to nearly 3,500 metres, which means long seasons and great conditions most of the year. With 150 kilometres of pistes, this is a dream for beginners and intermediates, plus there's a freestyle park that's earned legendary status. For advanced skiers, the terrain can feel less challenging, but what Saas-Fee lacks in difficulty, it makes up for in atmosphere. The car-free village is straight out of a fairy tale, with glacier views that stop you in your tracks. Families love it here too. Kids can roam safely without traffic, and the whole resort radiates charm. Après-ski is quieter than Zermatt, but you've still got plenty of bars, restaurants and activities. Saas-Fee is proof that skiing doesn't need to be extreme to be unforgettable. Number 3. St. Moritz. If skiing had a Hall of Fame, St. Moritz would be front and centre. This is one of the world's first ski resorts, and it still oozes glamour. The lift system soars to 3,000 metres, giving you access to over 300 kilometres of perfectly groomed slopes. Most of the terrain is for intermediates and advanced skiers, with some of the best expert runs in Switzerland. Families might struggle a little, but St. Moritz makes up for it with insane off-slope activities, ice skating on the frozen lake, wild bobsled rides on the Olympic track, and the famous Cresta Run skeleton course where daredevils hurl themselves headfirst down natural ice. Après-ski here is sophisticated and expensive, but unforgettable. From champagne bars to luxury shopping, this is skiing with a side of high society. St. Moritz is where skiing meets style. Number 2. Verbier. Verbier has a reputation as the playground of the rich and famous, but it's far more than that. As part of Switzerland's biggest ski area, the Four Valleys, it gives you access to a jaw-dropping 410 kilometres of pistes, ranging from 1,300 all the way up to 3,300 metres. Snow is plentiful, and the terrain is as varied as it gets. Intermediates will love the sheer number of red runs, while experts head straight for the off-piste. Verbier is a global hotspot for freeride skiing, with world-class descents that attract events like the Freeride World Tour. If you're hunting adrenaline, you'll find it here in spades. But Verbier is not just about the slopes. The resort buzzes with energy long after the lifts close. From lively après-ski bars to late-night clubs, Verbier's nightlife is as famous as its skiing. Hit the mountains hard by day, and the dance floor even harder at night. That's the Verbier way. Number 1. Zermatt. And finally, the king of Swiss skiing, Zermatt. With the Matterhorn standing guard, this is as iconic as it gets. At altitudes between 2,500 and 3,900 metres, Zermatt is the highest winter sports area in the Alps. The resort serves up 360 kilometres of slopes, spread across 3 sectors. Whether you're a total beginner, a solid intermediate, or an advanced freerider, there's more than enough terrain to keep you busy. And yes, you can ski across the border into Italy. Zermatt is one of the few places in Europe offering year-round skiing thanks to the Monte Rosa Glacier. The village itself is buzzing, with luxury hotels, rustic chalets, and an après-ski scene that's just as famous as its slopes. Zermatt isn't just a ski resort, it's a pilgrimage. Every skier should experience it at least once. That's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed the video and feel free to comment which resort in Switzerland you would love to visit. If you want to see future videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel.